Hello all, and welcome to the zoo.
Why am I here?
Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late-night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Rejekt PPC and the one-ton hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One Ton Hammer.
I will be your zookeeper tonight, Rejekt.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am TheLuckyPoptart, Inquisitor.
Sanguine.
Skep Tock.
I'm Prospero.
And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Let's be xenophobic, it's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them, they're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. 'Cause the aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Killed the thing that he cared about most.
Yeah, but I'm looking at that rising sun.
Are we talking about Lenny from Mice and Men here?
No, we were talking about Thanos at the end of Infinity War.
Oh! I'm sorry, I had a slightly more literary conclusion to draw. Hi everyone, we're live! We're the Minions of the Zoo. Thank you all for joining me. I'm your Zookeeper tonight, Inquisitor. Minion joining me is Mr. Adam.
Hello.
And traveling exhibit, Hey Camel.
How's it going?
It's going okay. I'm gonna be doing some priming tonight, and then trying to do some assembly line on my orcs, hence the title. So you might have quiz muted for quite a bit, so I'm gonna rely on you two dudes to carry the show, as it were.
Oh, we'll carry it, but real quick, did you happen to see that tweet? I think they did it in a reply or something like that, but it was Hamtaro Warhammer.
No, yeah, War Hamtaro. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that quiz before you go silent for a bit? At least give us input.
I mean, yeah, I'm okay with it. And I say it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that too, because there was a thing that Games Workshop did not too long ago. They made a plushie of a Nurgling. Nurglings are like these, the embodiment of like small diseases that you can easily get over, like, you know, the common cold and stuff like that. They're the embodiment of that, and they're like these little pudgy demon-looking things with big old smiles on their faces, and they like mischief and shit like that. And Games Workshop made a plushie, there was a huge contingent of the Warhammer community that got all up in arms about it for no terribly apparent reason, saying things like, they're just making it all kid-friendly and it's no longer grimdark. Dude, it's a juxtaposition. They're making something cute and cuddly out of one of the most horrific things there is. A demon of disease and decay. Some people don't understand irony, and it saddens me. Anyway.
I don't understand anything you just said.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
But then again, I'm not versed in the Warhammer, so.
In the Warhams.
Yeah.
In the cured porcine meats of war.
So.
Get it?
Well, I've got something in a completely different direction.
Oh.
Did you guys know the VMAs was last night?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either until I woke up and Monkey and Jack were talking about it on Monkey's channel.
You mean you and Monkey were talking about it on Monkey's channel?
At TUES, really?
Yes. I have to do it every time.
I'm starting to wonder if this is like a Fight Club situation,
His name is Robert Paulson.
Like, am I the narrator? Am I the delusion? Which one, who's getting more sleep, me or Jack?
His name is
who's getting more sleep here? Is it me or Jack? Which one of us is getting more of the clocking out? Because I think somebody tweeted out something about Madonna like the night before or whatever. I was like, wait, that's still a thing? Like,
I saw she was like in that like Nazi hooker outfit.
She looked like she was trolling for dudes at the Blue Oyster. Come on, please.
Isn't that a gay
please.
bar?
Well, I mean, she's in her 60s. She'll take it where she can get it, I'm betting.
Yeah.
And let's face it, with all that filler, she does kind of look like a dude.
A little bit.
But, no, apparently the Met Gala is tonight, because that's something that I'm sure a whole bunch of people care about.
I was gonna say, I don't even know what the fuck the Met Gala is.
The Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City.
Okay.
They have a gala every year apparently for people to for the upper crust to rub elbows and donate money, or I don't know.
I don't give.
I'm assuming
shit.
it's something about money. But like
shit.
once a year, since I've been on Twitter, I've seen the Met Gala. Look at what they're look at who was at the Met Gala. Look what they were wearing at the Met Gala. Like I saw Rihanna dressed up like the Pope the other year. With just I don't know if it was rhinestones or actual fucking diamonds. It was gaudy as hell. Anyway, apparently AOC is at the Met Gala this year. She's wearing a white dress that says "Tax the Rich" in red.
My favorite bit about
I just saw that popped up on the Twitter feed.
And I think it's hilarious because that automatically makes me think of that Joy Villa chick, the one chick that everyone only knows because she used to wear those MAGA dresses to award shows.
Hold on, what is AOC doing at the Met Gala?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like maybe she's there to
Does she have work to do?
Tax the rich, I guess. Maybe she's actually taking that message to the rich people. Like, hey, I have no idea why she's there.
And you know what?
Eddie, what's up, man?
The main thing that I'm saying right now is, how are you people still looking at this shit and still saying, "Oh yeah, that's normal."
But every year I see them putting something out for the Met Gala that makes me think that they took the Hunger Games as a challenge.
A young senator wearing "Tax the Rich" on her dress at a Met Gala.
She's a congressperson, not a senator.
I don't fucking care. Fuck this person. This is like unbelievable, and nobody's fucking sitting there saying like, "Hey, lady, what the fuck are you doing over here? What the fuck?" Oh wait, no. Even if you were just sitting there, even if I was like passionate about the Green New Deal. What are you doing at the fucking Met Gala? Oh, but she has the time to be able to spend for herself. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're going in there. That's your job, to be a representative of the fucking people. Go do your fucking job. Period. Go do your fucking job. I don't want to fucking hear nothing. That was the fucking. I think I was told not to say anything, and I was told to walk away. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, blue cheese.
I just find it funny that she's there, because like I said, it seems like every time I see something about the Met Gala, it's like they took the fashion from the Hunger Games as a challenge meant to be topped, and it's like, no, can we not? But I just gotta laugh at it, because didn't she also sell like sweaters that said "Tax the Rich" too? I mean, I'll give her credit. At least she's consistent with her branding.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, it's like, can we not look at her and say, like, yeah, dude, she's a fucking product placement for socialism. Like, this is not an actual person. Can we
I'm
agree
just
with
scrolling
Oh,
Twitter.
shit.
Apparently Megan Rapone's there too. She's got a red, white, and blue clutch that says "In Gay We Trust."
Well, I'm still trying to figure out where the why people are trying to show us Megan Fox, because this keeps popping up.
Oh, that's from the VMAs last night.
Like, what the hell? I don't care. But I don't know. They're shooting off news information to try and dull us to what we're supposed to be paying attention to. And
honestly, my first thought when I heard that the VMAs were last night, I was like, the VMAs are still a thing? Like,
I haven't watched
that's probably the only music-related content that they have on like MTV anymore. Is it still on MTV? I don't even know if it's still on MTV.
The last type of
I don't think I've seen like a
ceremony I
VMAs
saw.
show since like early to mid 2000s.
Get out of no. The last one I saw was Chris Rock telling you to go to church after Marilyn Manson.
I think
gonna go to get your ass to church.
the last one I remember watching would have been the one hosted by Jack Black. Would have been like around the time Spider-Man came out.
The Tobey
Maguire. Yeah, I'm not saying like not Amazing Spider-Man, not Marvel Spider-Man. Yes, Spider-Man.
Whoa, hey, come on, that dude did a decent Spider-Man. I don't know his name, Felix or something like that.
Andrew Garfield.
Oh, Garfield. Yeah, Garfield.
I mean, he was all right, but the story sucked in my opinion. Again, I'm just going off of watching the movies. I'm not deep on comic book lore.
Hold on.
So.
What do you think?
Are you laughing at me?
No, I'm not gonna let that one gloss over there, Adam.
Whoa. Hey, we're sticking to the script.
That Felix guy, Garfield.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna let that one go. Sorry.
Yeah, that one slipped by me, I'll admit. I thought after all the times we've talked about like Marvel movies and stuff, you were gonna be like, bullshit. You don't comic book.
Well,
but yeah,
I would say that because yeah.
Well, like I said, all of my comic book knowledge comes from the movie adaptations. I'm not deep on reading the actual book material, so.
Well, that's
so I judge them for being movies instead of just being comic book movies.
That's why you got to read more comic books.
I do.
We have
but
100 episodes in the can with good
well,
suggestions.
I wasn't there for all 100, but I was there for a vast majority.
Well, okay, if we're gonna keep on going on this whole "you are Jack Cochran" thing, you were there for all 100.
Again, I'll state it again. I've never been to Ohio. I'm only moderately attracted to Asians. I don't even have a basement. I can't keep letting Tara get away with it, damn it.
You can't keep getting away with it.
It seems like his numbers grow exponentially every day. He's convinced more and more people.
Well, I mean, if he's keeping Asians in the basement and it's growing his numbers, maybe he's doing something.
Oh shit! What was that show where like the fan theory is like all these different shows were part of where the kid was in a coma or whatever? Tommy? What show am I thinking of? Quiz.
I don't know.
Quick, hot potato.
Somebody help me out here. Like they had there's a fan theory about a show where like a whole bunch of other shows are supposed to be like in universe, like Homicide, Life on the Street, and there's gotta be somebody in chat who knows what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about like one of the theories that like Ash Ketchum is like in a coma?
No, it's not Pokemon.
Okay.
No. This was a live action show back in like the 90s or maybe even a little earlier than that, maybe like late 80s.
Jeez.
Oh god. The theory was like the kid in the show, Tommy was his name. I guess he was in a coma and he was like all these other shows were just like a dream and whatever. Part of his consciousness.
That idea has been played around with a lot. Like there's the one where people are saying that about Frankie Foster and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. The whole like she's actually autistic and all of this is this like fantasy that she's concocted for herself, and it's far from only unique to whatever show you're talking about.
For some reason, I've got Twin Peaks like on my tongue, but it's not that one. I don't think. No, something else. Saint Elsewhere? Was that a TV show or was that a movie? I didn't watch that. Either way.
So what'd you suggest it?
Because for some, I'm trying to pull up different. This is how my brain works. I get stuck on something that I think I should know, but can't pull it up, and then it eats at me.
Okay, I want to.
And I know I've got IMDb sitting here right in front of me, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be starting off searching. TV show, character named Tommy. What?
Bobby's World? Okay, so I want to test something here real quick. I'm going to turn something on. How loud is this? Can you guys hear it on the microphone?
I can hear it, but it's very faint for me. I don't know about how it feels, it sounds for people on stream or in chat.
Well, you guys are the same volume as chat.
Okay.
How about this?
Okay, that's getting a bit louder.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of loud, but...
Because that's my wind tunnel. I was just going to see if I could pull off leaving the microphone on during all of this, but I don't think I can.
Well, I'm just waiting for that old train to go riding by. So
it's already gone by like 3 or 4 times since I've been home.
Here's something else I saw earlier. Do you guys see that Nicki Minaj has weighed in on vaccination?
Yeah, I saw that.
What has Nicki Minaj weighed in? What is her stance?
She's gonna do some research at him.
Apparently, yeah, she's claiming that her one of her cousins in Trinidad took the vax and became impotent.
Well, hold on. I am now imagining Nicki Minaj in a science coat, and she has a what's it called? One of those I want to say tablets, but it's not like a actual. It's just clipboard. Yeah, clipboard. She has clipboard, and she's writing notes. And Nicki Minaj solving the COVID crisis.
Well, when I saw it come across my timeline originally, it's because of Dankula, and you guys know about him and the Nicki Minaj stands, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm just enjoying Dankula's fucking turn to Isala. So that's,
he still gets people with it. I love
it.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Just
Well, it definitely shows that trolling is bipartisan, because...
Oh yeah, he's getting left and right.
Oh yes, he is.
But
No, there's another one where it was like, it's telling these people, like, look, dude, you understand, you're trolling yourself, like you're exposing yourself as to you're dumb, like that's I can't remember what it was. It was fuck, damn it, so much has been going on. It's to be honest, it's daunting.
But no, it's not just that. But the Dankula stuff would have been enough for me to get a good hearty chuckle out of Nikki's tweet. But also, like Oliver Darcy from CNN, he's like, talking about how reckless it is to be, talking like this with such a large platform. It's like, dude, you work for CNN. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from any talking heads about what someone should or shouldn't be doing ever.
And like actually reading through the thread, people replying and their responses to Nikki's actual tweet was also great because some people are actually sitting there reporting Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Like Godspeed to you. I hope you get Nicki Minaj kicked off the platform. Good luck. If it doesn't happen, maybe that'll burst whatever little bubble you're in. You'll come hurtling back to reality. And if for some reason you're successful, I get to see a bunch of Nicki Minaj fans getting, big mad on Twitter. It's a win-win from where I'm sitting.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just going to sit here and fiddle while Rome burns. I don't care anymore.
Well, I don't give a shit about what, any fucking celebrity has to say.
No, but the reaction to it is fucking hilarious.
It is. It's very funny. All right, so I'm going to be going mute, guys, because I got a lot of stuff to airbrush here. So I'm counting on you two to carry the show.
I'll try.
Oh, shit.
Try not to say anything that'll get the channel banned.
Well, hey, Camel, I hate to say it, but I actually gotta take a shit, so I'm gonna be gone for the next 20-30 minutes. You're on your own, buddy.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Is there anybody left in chat that I can talk to, or am I just being wholesale abandoned here? I mean, I guess I could talk about my exploits on Twitter while I was running errands today. I saw a technology attorney getting mad at a CBS journalist for
oh my God,
retweeting one of Trump's press statements.
Come on, man. Let's have a good chat. So
oh, I thought you were actually going to take a shit. I mean,
come on. I try and act as professional as I can. So
hey man,
it's showtime.
I understand when there's a rumble in the jungle, you got to go.
Oh no, I would sit there and sweat it out.
You have more resolve than I do, sir. I would definitely bow out.
No, I'd try and.
I am both too old and too young to be shitting myself, so I'm not gonna risk it.
How's your weekend been?
It's been okay. I've started getting up earlier, going to bed earlier this past couple weeks, taking care of Nana Camel. So I've actually been feeling more productive. As much as I've been a night owl in my life, the daytime hours, the day walking definitely does get more stuff done. So
you're doing this as fall sets in. That's quite interesting.
Literally probably only doing it because somebody else depends on me at this particular moment.
Wait, what do you mean?
My grandmother. Yeah, she's had some health issues, so I've been kind of playing nurse and chauffeur and whatever else she needs while she's resting and recuperating.
All the respect for you, sir.
Well, you do what you can for family, and this is the least I mean, if I could do more, I would. I don't want to say this is the least I could do.
Nothing wrong with standing up.
But yeah, so like I've realized now it's like I have been pretty lazy, and actually having to take care of somebody else has been rather tiring. But I'm actually getting in the groove of it. So I think I talked about it on Johnny's night, either last week or the week before. But I've been having to treat a wound of hers that became infected and everything. So yeah, I've actually gotten pretty good at changing the bandages, make sure everything's cleaned out. Good to go. That's been eye-opening. It's actually been making me start thinking about maybe trying to take a little bit better care of myself. Maybe cut back on the cancer sticks, see about walking more, drinking more water. Not planning on moving mountains, but small steps.
Small steps, dude. Hey, you know what? We understand that the Sphinx was at a completely different area where it was. Why? Because of the fucking rain, erosion, and the walls surrounding it.
And I'm gonna look like a complete asshole here. I'm about to light another cigarette after I said I'm trying to cut back.
Well, hold on. If you're gonna light a cigarette, I'm gonna fucking spark this joint. Where's the joint?
We gonna go full Eagle Balls tonight, Adam?
Who coined that? That was Prospero that coined
Nope, that was me.
Was it you?
It was me and Chad. Prospero just thought it was hilarious.
Eagle Ball.
You were pretty toasted that night. You gotta admit it.
Well,
Well, actually, you probably don't. You probably don't remember.
I'm not abashed of saying that I've.
To be fair, I don't remember the exact dates either. I've smoked a lot of weed since then too.
Yeah. Well, it's.
I'm not casting stones. I'm just saying, game recognized game. That's all.
There's weed, and it needs to be smoked, right?
Any particular flavor you're puffing on tonight? You doing an indica, sativa, hybrid? What's up?
Honestly, I don't know I was told what this was, but I usually don't pay attention.
Down here it's medical, so like they have it labeled, what particular strand it is. They'll usually have it checked on the packaging, whether it's an indica, sativa, hybrid. They might even tell you. I mean, they'll tell you also like the THC levels.
Oh yeah, well no. We can get it official out here in Illinois, but
now is that medical, recreational, both? Does it?
No.
What kind of restrictions do you guys got? Oh, it's both.
Yeah, it's both. It's dependent on. I think there's more medicinal facilities that are open for people, but in terms of picking up recreational, yeah, no, it's limited, and they do have like you can get this and this has a flavor, and when it first started, a lot of the people were pretty oh yeah, and it's like this and it tastes like this and it gives you this kind of high. The last time, like maybe 3-4 weeks ago, I went to go pick up a stash of weed from them, and they all seemed pretty okay, yeah, just go and pick up your weed over there. I think it drained them fairly quickly.
Well, like with it only being medical down here, like we have limitations on the amounts we can have. It's still a ridiculous amount of weed you can have per person. Like just looking at the back of my card, I can have 3 ounces on my person, up to 6 mature plants, up to 6 seedlings, 1 ounce of concentrated.
That's where I look at more, because I'd much rather grow it once I get a place that they can have that ability to be able to grow it, I think that's. I mean, not only just marijuana, but you know.
Well, the list keeps going, Adam. Like I didn't get finished. Like girlfriend walked in to come collect her chihuahua. But yeah, so up to 3 ounces of marijuana on your person, up to 6 mature plants, up to 6 seedlings, possess 1 ounce of concentrated marijuana, up to 72 ounces of edible marijuana, and up to 8 ounces of, or possess up to 8 ounces of marijuana in my residence.
Damn.
Yeah. So it like if you have all that, you're flying pretty high.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's at that point it's a crop that you're fucking working on. Like, hey, I yielded some fucking potatoes and peppers and tomatoes and a good crop of fucking honeydew marijuana. Like that's.
Yeah, if I had the resources to start growing, I could do like small batch marijuana growing. But I could even sell off it as to like one of the local dispensaries. There's one that they do tout their the amount of different small batch locally grown, locally sourced, bunch of hipsters. But I mean their weed's okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't sell it. I'd probably just pickle it or something.
Well, I mean, I would first go around, after seeing, getting the growing right, because when you first start, if you're gonna make mistakes and you're not gonna get maximum yield, but once you get the process down and you see how much you can get out of those 6 plants that you've got and whatnot, I would see how long that would last me, personally, before
You are speaking to ego balls. I'm gonna be like, I'll be shoving it up my nose before I give it off.
Well, like I noticed if I smoke on a particular strain long enough, eventually you build tolerance to it, right? And it stops being as enjoyable, and it feels just like a habit. So you got to switch it up.
I'd like to think that Eagle Balls is Adam's tribe name.
It reminds me of that joke. Young Brave goes to his father, the chief. Long face, kind of hangdog expression. Chief asks me, what is wrong, my son? Kid looks at me and says, Father, how do we come by our names? And the chief says, when a young brave first walks out of the teepee, whatever he sees is what he's named after. Why do you ask, Two Dogs Fucking? I'm assuming Quiz is laughing, though he's muted.
I don't know. My name,
I don't have a tribal name. Like,
my Steam name, at least, or Monster Hunter name is Ashtakatl, and that's a combination of Ashto and Tlacatl, which is first in man in Nahuatl, which is Mesoamerican chatter, I suppose. Yeah, hey, different camel. I guess we could say we're brothers from different regions, so to speak.
I don't think Choctaw. I don't think they do tribal names much anymore. Like,
no, my actual. If I were gonna go with an actual Nahuatl name, it'd be like First Vulture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's not this. I chose First Man because Adam.
Yeah. Well, that's fair enough. I don't know if I would try and give myself. For me, it seems like a tribal name would be like a nickname. You don't give yourself one. So, somebody else does that.
Well, I can't.
And when I was growing up, nobody ever even bothered to give me a nickname. They just called me by my last name. I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm the only one around here with that name. Okay.
Can I give you a nickname?
I mean, you can try. I mean, we'll see if it sticks. I did not plan on dubbing you Eagle Balls. That just kind of happened.
Fucking Eagle Balls. Okay, see, now you're understanding my positioning of
vis-a-vis the choosing your own name. Yeah, I
and the fact that I have to hear Crosby and Skep talk. Ooh, there's Eagle Balls. Fucking son of a bitch.
Oh, if you're telling me that stuck with them longer than that stream, I'm sorry. That's
Hey, no, you know what?
that was just a means of like commenting on how high you sounded, not.
Prospero calls him Eagle Balls all the time.
I'll give you Eagle Balls.
That and Macedon.
I can say that with Well, I respect the Macedon because that's but again with Prosby, I can't go like I'll give you a fucking Eagle Ball. That's not you can't fight back with it. So
No. You just gotta kind of accept it at this point.
Hey,
it could have been worse. I mean, the other way I've heard people describe somebody who's really high is saying that they're higher than giraffe pussy. I mean, which one do you want, Adam? You got options.
That probably wouldn't work.
I mean, I think Eagle Balls sounds pretty fucking baller, man.
I like the Eagle Balls.
It sounds like freedom, doesn't it?
Right?
Do you like freedom, brother? Enjoy some of these Eagle Balls.
Eagle Balls.
I mean, it sounds like like there should be fireworks going off in the background and like a sale on new cars.
Or mattresses.
Or mattresses, yeah. Or really any household appliance,
Both of them, why not? You can fit this mattress inside your new car. Eagle Balls.
Eagle Balls. It's funny. Yeah, you mentioned the fact that you don't give yourself a nickname. That's absolutely true, and I 100% agree with that. My friends, I've got an extremely common first name. John or anything like that. It's something that in a friend group, there's a very high likelihood that you will have several friends named the same thing. So we did have that amongst our friend group, and we instead of like naming or like numbering each of them, my friends decided to call us by an adjective that describes our personality. So I am no longer my given name amongst my friends. I am angry.
Ooh. No, see, I had a series of girlfriends that shared a very common female name, and I just went ahead and numbered them. I didn't try to get, any more. There's 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And like that they all came at like a point in my life where it's like, are you just looking for girls with this name? What's going on here? Like they came in like rapid succession.
Just one after the other.
Yeah. Like they were all like different ages and whatnot. It's not like they were it was like they were all the victims of like being born the same year, and that was like the most popular name that year.
Yeah.
Like I feel sorry for anybody named like Jaden.
Yeah.
Because I remember like after I got out of high school, a bunch of girls I went to school with, like they all got pregnant around the same time, and like is all like some derivative, Jaden or Caden, something to that effect. And it's like, oh man, I'm gonna feel so bad for your kid. Like I never had any kids But I thought, like, what would I name a kid if I ended up having one? You know, on the off chance that one slips past the goalie. You know what I mean? And I gotta be honest, I just pick up. That'd probably be the first time I'd pick up a Bible and probably read it cover to cover, just looking for a name. Because there's something about like those old names that are, you know, they still got something, and they'd actually be unique in this day and age. When's the last time you heard of like a Josiah or a Zachariah?
Well,
you don't hear about those dudes very often anymore.
You're wrong. I've got a biblical...
maybe it's just a local thing.
I've got a biblical name. It's very, very common. It's named after...
Okay, yeah. I'm saying, like, you know, our generation and up, okay, maybe.
King of Israel.
So, but I'm not seeing a lot of those, you know, younger these days. I'm thinking of, like, you know, like if I had a kid, you know, this, you know, next year, let's say, you know, had a kid next year. And by the time they go to school, you know, there's not going to be, you know, a Jedediah in his class.
I've always been really partial to Gabriel.
That's a good one. The messenger of God.
Yep.
I mean, I like Gideon.
Gideon's pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's an Inquisitor
although
Warhammer who's named Gideon.
Although when I think of Gideon, I think of Criminal Minds, Mandy Patinkin.
There's nothing wrong with that. Mandy Patinkin's a good actor.
Yeah. Probably a batshit human, but yeah, he's a good actor, and that was a decent character.
Yeah.
Wait, quiz with Warhammer. Do you stick purely with like the orc faction, or?
No, these are just my most recent ones.
Oh, okay.
You've been working on the orcs for a while, man. How big is that army?
I mean, because when I saw like these, whenever I see these Warhammer memes or images, and it's always the like it looks like the Space Hammers or the Space Marines, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, but Quiz is always painting like bikes and orcs, and these are not the same things.
Yeah, Space Marines are their poster child. They're poster boys. My orcs, I've been painting for a while. You asked how many models I have. Okay, my orcs...
Well, like in comparison to your other ones, like I know you've got like Blood Angels and stuff, right? I mean, as well. You've got different factions that you've been working on.
I've got 11 armies.
Yeah, of just orcs or total armies?
Total armies, different
okay.
armies.
Yeah, so like how big are the orcs in comparison to the other 10?
Okay, just now with the orcs that I bought here recently, I'm currently going through and priming 30 orc boys with sluggas and choppas. I have 110 infantry. I have 6 bikes, and 3, 4, 5, 6 vehicles right now. I plan on getting more. I need to get at least 2 more trucks. I'd like to get a Boondocka Snaz wagon. And then I need to get at least 1 more box of bikes, which would put me up to 9 bikes.
Okay, well, now you're making up all these words, right?
Well, no, I'm just curious, like compared to like your Space Marines or the Blood Angels or whatever else you got, like would you say like the orcs are like the 3rd biggest, 4th biggest? It's kind of like that Bill Hicks bit where like he was talking about, nuh-uh, Bill, the Iraqis had the 3rd largest army in the world, or the 4th largest army in the world. It's like, well, yeah, but after the first 3, it's a real big drop-off.
He said this is the 11th.
No, this is the 10th. This is the 10th.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so like the orcs are like the 10th biggest you've got?
No, sorry. This is the 11th army I've collected. So this is the last army I've collected. It is the biggest that I currently have right now.
Oh, okay.
I think my guard might actually be bigger, because my guard.
So, but it's definitely like the top echelon of like total
Yeah.
number of models. Okay.
Total number of models, it is among the largest. The Space Marines, however, my Blood Angels in particular, is my largest collection of overall value. Because that...
We're talking game value, monetary value?
Both.
Both? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
both.
The reason why is because each model is worth more in terms of money and points in the game.
Gotcha.
It's like here. I've got these right here on my desk, unprimed right now. These are brand new models that I got here not too long ago. I bought the Space Marine Vanguard collection, which has 10 of these, 3 of another unit, 3 of another unit, and 1 character. That was $95.
Oh.
So, in terms of overall how much money I've spent, I've probably spent the most on my Blood Angels. But in terms of the most number of models, it's probably either my Orcs or my Imperial Guard.
You know, that reminds me, like, I don't think the last time I spent like $100 on a hobby.
Oh, I've spent way more than 100, dude.
Well, no, like, I'm just saying, like, I haven't put anything into a hobby in a while. I'm not really making a comment necessarily on your spending, just since, like, I haven't invested in a hobby in years. I think probably the last thing I spent money on as a hobby was disc golf. And like I haven't played disc golf in forever. I've been meaning to pick it back up. I got my frisbee somewhere in storage. I think I gotta go dig them out. And the cool thing is I've got like a few different disc golf areas, places in my area I could go play, and that'd be some fairly decent way to get some exercise. Yeah. Not like high intensity or anything, but I mean just a good steady walk around. And not a kind of low impact on the joints. Just get moving, and it's fun, dude. Smoke a J, go throw some sling a few frisbees. Hear those chains clanking when you get it into the basket. Pretend like you're Happy Gilmore or Shooter McGavin. Do little finger guns when you get one.
Ugh.
Holy shit! You know what?
Are we saying ugh to Happy Gilmore, or are we saying ugh to disc golf?
Ugh to Happy Gilmore. Adam Sandler movie? Really?
I was gonna say.
I enjoyed that movie. Yes, I enjoyed Happy Gilmore. I enjoyed Billy Madison. Not much afterwards.
Hold on. First off,
judged.
I don't care, dude. I was a kid when they came out. I still enjoy Ace Ventura and The Mask as well. Judge all the way. I'm a '90s kid.
The Mask was okay.
Happy Gilmore ain't bad. And I was gonna say, Waterboy. I was just watching that the other night, and that's not bad.
'90s Sandler was funny to me.
Yeah,
enough with the fall, Johnny. Quit trying to make fall a thing, Johnny.
I was gonna say, I would like to go into a Subway and get them to cut the sandwich bread the way they used to, where they like cut like a V shape on the top.
Dude, yeah. Okay, thank you. I thought I was going crazy. I could have sworn that Subway used to do that.
Yeah, I don't know why they did it, but what? Yeah, if you look, watch Happy Gilmore, and when he goes and gets his Subway endorsement, you can see they cut the bread like they cut a chunk out of the top. It's weird. It's really weird, but that's what they did.
Instead of like just sawing it, into two pieces, they just kind of more like a hot dog bun instead of a full sandwich.
I don't know why they thought this was something that they needed to do, but they did it, and yeah, and there's proof in your Happy Sandler fucking video.
But that means I have to go watch an Adam Sandler movie.
The last Adam Sandler movie I watched that I actually enjoyed was probably Click.
I think the only Adam Sandler movie.
You like Click?
It had Christopher Walken in it and Kate Beckinsale's A Smoke Show. Yes, I enjoyed Click.
I think the only Adam Sandler movie I've ever enjoyed was Reign Over Me.
I don't think I ever watched that one. Is that one of his like dramatic turns?
Yeah, it's him and...
Oh wait, that's the one with Don Cheadle, isn't it?
Yeah,
Where
Don
he's like a
Cheadle,
9/11 survivor.
Well, he's okay. He didn't survive 9/11. It was his family, his wife and children were on one of the planes.
I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Like he was a survivor in the terms like his, he lost somebody.
He's survived by, yeah.
Survived by, yeah. I never watched that. I'm
really
sorry.
good.
Like
It's really
I have no doubt in your judgment of the movie. It's like I just don't want to see anything like that.
It is pretty depressing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I do not. I get depressed by going to Twitter. I don't need to watch movies to be depressed.
See, I don't know. There's a bit about me. I find a lot of that kind of stuff, especially if it's like dramatic and sort of depressing in a movie, like highly dramatic and somewhat of a tragedy in a movie. I prefer that. It's like somewhat bittersweet to me.
I do appreciate seeing like comedians, doing a turn toward the dramatic, because they tend to be very good dramatic actors, like Jamie Foxx doing like Ray Charles and stuff. That was good.
My absolute favorite movie of all time is stars a comedian I hate as a comedian.
I'm not familiar.
Stranger Than Fiction.
Oh yeah, that was actually the first movie I saw of Will Ferrell. I was like, okay, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, Will Ferrell is is excellent in that movie. And
yeah,
the best part about it is that it's not funny. It's just that Will Ferrell's not doing any of the funny bits. He's the straight man in all of it.
That's why I like the other guys as well. He was the straight man in that, and Marky Mark was the one just being ridiculous.
Well, that could be like what's that movie with Robin Williams where he's like a film developer or something.
1 Hour Photo.
1 Hour Photo.
Yeah, 1 Hour Photo. Yeah, like they're it's these people who are taken out of their element, and then it's let's see how it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I know Jack Gunsky hates this movie. I don't give a shit. You're wrong, Jack. Dead Poets Society is a fantastic movie that way.
Applesauce, bitch.
And then,
wait.
What?
You're doing Good Will Hunting?
Yeah, it was Good Will.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't remember that being in Dead Poets Society.
That was also
Robin Williams, yeah.
No, Jay and Silent Bob.
Okay.
They did a Good Will Hunting sequel. And,
that's right, yeah.
Then there's also the other Robin Williams one. It's What Dreams May Come. Have you seen that one?
Oh yes, that
great.
One was. Oof.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a great one. It's Dante's Inferno, reimagined.
Let's see. For me, a Robin Williams movie. I'm trying to think here. I had one earlier, but for some reason I lost it. That was kind of like a dramatic one that really enjoyed. But
Death to Smoochie. I like that
no.
one too, but that's
actually, I don't think I've ever sat down and watched Death to Smoochie.
Oh, you should. It's
end
great.
to end. Yeah. That's one of those like it's on the list. Like, I know I should see it at least once, but I've just never gotten around to it for some reason.
All right,
we
see,
should
this
have
is
a watch
all.
party on like.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm down.
All the
Yeah,
more reason
definitely.
We need to set up a means to watch movies together.
We can on
even
Discord.
even if it's not live, like even if we're not like broadcasting it.
We can broadcast it live and watch it on Discord, man. We can do this.
Yeah,
like Johnny and I have been talking about doing like a movie night. We just never gotten around to it. Apparently, like there's some that are like, free with ad movies on YouTube that we've been wanting to get around to watching. Like I think Smoke Signals is on there right now.
Naked Gun movies are on that. Both of them.
say in terms of almost all the movies we've mentioned so far, I actually have them on DVD right here. Like,
as long as we do the fucking what's it, the Chick Track movie that we watched.
Well, no, we didn't watch that one, but it's the same people that that made those other movies that made the Chick Track movie. The one you're referring to is
Chick Track.
Yeah, Chick Tracked. Yeah. Do you not know about those?
You should probably explain it.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay. There was this guy named Jack Chick.
Oh, okay, yeah. Since I'm Jack Cochran, of course I've heard of Chick
Yeah, I was gonna
Tracks.
say you should, because
but
I know Jack brings it up all the time.
He did.
I've heard Jack mention it, but I don't know I know Jack Chick. What was the actual context? Was this like some Jesus stuff or?
Yeah,
he made these like short, one-line, like 4-panel comic books that were extremely preachy, extremely God, what's a good word? Condemning of anyone that wasn't on the straight and narrow Christian path. It was very much a part of the Satanic Panic back in the day.
Very blunt.
Yeah. Well,
if you listen to rock music, you're going to hell.
Going to hell. So one of the Chick Tracks is called Darkest Dungeon, and it was a series of comics that told this story about these two girls who went off to college and fell in with the wrong crowd because they started playing D&D.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's why I've heard Jack talk about it. Okay.
And because of that, it's funny. There's this group. They originally went to a Lutheran college, just so we get our bases covered here. Called they formed their own like theater group, and then got funding to make movies, and like that was part originally for their projects at school, but later they started selling these movies and making actual movies about it. Their production company is called Dead Gentlemen, and one of the series of movies, they made 3 of these movies now. It's called The Gamers, and it's it follows the series of these characters in a D&D campaign, and then it will quick cut back to all of the people who are playing the characters sitting around a table talking about what they want to do in their characters, and then it will cut back to the characters acting out their actions. They're all comedies and they're all really funny, but these same people that made these movies about D&D made a movie called Darkest Dungeon where they act out the Chick Tracks.
Oh, that's funny.
That is brilliant. And these this trope of actors are really good, and both this and there was the other one where they're playing their own. It was kind of like a Magic the Gathering type of game.
Yeah, that was the 3rd Gamers movie. It's called Gamers Hands of Fate.
Yeah. We watched that as Minions, as a group, a long time ago.
For those not versed in the deep Minions lore, that was the reason why my Inquisitor 8.1 channel got yeeted for 90 days.
Oh man! Because you watch it on your channel.
Well, what it was that I had a privated stream where I was broadcasting it to everyone so they could just join the stream and we could watch the movies. Well, we watched all 3 of the Gamers movies, no problems. I put on the first 20 minutes of Reefer Madness, the movie musical. Immediate copyright claim strike and all that shit. Just fucking yeeted into the ether.
Yeah, they don't play around with Reefer Madness, dude. They play faster.
Faster! I think you're probably the only person in the world that probably knows that movie other than me, Camel.
Well, I know the clips. I never sat down and watched it end to end either. Like, I know the clips from all the different weed documentaries I've seen. They always play that particular scene. That and the dude jumping out of the fucking window.
I mean, these are great, playing the piano faster. The best bit is when the guy gets in the car and he's like, "Are you okay to drive?" And the dude just smoked a joint and he's like, "Yeah, no, man, I'm ready to go." And he fucking peels off and hits hits a lady in the fucking lane. That is reefer madness.
I remember like the anti-drug PSA or commercial they had. Like the dudes are sitting in the drive-thru at like a fast food joint. They're getting their munchies. They're all stoned, and then as a dude pulling out of the drive-thru, he runs over a little girl on a bicycle.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I was like, no way in hell is a stoner pulling out of a drive-thru with a bag full of food that fucking fast.
Yeah, no.
That seems more like a drunk person, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And I've never met a stoner that was actually a worse driver when they were stoned than sober. It's like I've met more people like, yeah, you should probably just, anytime you're behind the wheel, light one up because, it actually does improve your driving. Now that might be just because they were a shit driver to begin with. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But that's my anecdotal experience.
I will say it helps when you're driving down long straights of road, like if you're in South Dakota and you're just driving down a stretch of 90 and it's like, all right, yeah, maybe a joint wouldn't be so bad because there's nothing out there. It's just fucking.
When I was a teenager, I drove stoned all the time. And I even had like a 4-foot bong in the back seat of my car. That's how fucking retarded I was. Never got in trouble. Once I became an adult, it's like, once I got older, it's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. Not because I'm gonna hit somebody or get into an accident. Just because why take the risk?
Well, I mean, I've even recently heard tales of people with we'd drive down the road or out to the other town and we have a 6-pack with us and we toss a couple back on our way and it's like, yeah, some people it's different for some people, but then again I also know those people that are and now they have the breathalyzer in their car and
I used to install breathalyzers for a living. That was fun.
Well, apparently they want to make it for everybody.
If you think that a drunk is obnoxious when they're drunk, just wait until you got to deal with them sober. Holy shit, man. I'd have people showing up at the shop wanting me to open early. Like, it was like a 9 to 5 place, right? And they're at the door like at 8:30. Like, hey man, I need you to open up. I flagged a violation. It's like, well, sucks to be you, dude. We don't open till 9. And then they have to go through why they flagged a violation. Have to reset the machine, log it, everything.
I'm sure a lot of these people don't even understand why they were flagged to begin with.
well, some of them did, some of them didn't, and it was really just trying to parse out. It's like, all right, are you trying to game the system, or are you just dumb? You gotta get up and go to work, and to get to work, you've got to blow into a machine that tests your breath for alcohol. Are you using mouthwash that has alcohol in it? Yes. Well, stop that, dummy. Are you taking like a horse bath in the morning and like spraying perfume or cologne on yourself to cover your odor on your way to pick up your groceries or pay your bills? Don't do it in your car. Simple stuff. And then you've also got people like who are probably just chronic alcoholics who are sitting there claiming, oh yeah, man, I accidentally used mouthwash had alcohol in it. Like, sure you did. You know, how much of it did you drink? But yeah, I don't miss that time of my life having to deal with those people on the daily. Ask about Reefer Madness says, wasn't there a scene where a guy takes a hit, hulks out, and beats some chick? I'm fairly confident there probably is, yeah.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised by that. This is what, 1930s propaganda? Or no, was it 30s or 40s that came out?
The 30s.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like late 30s, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know when
was it? I thought it was like 60s actually.
No. Nope. That was an old timey movie.
1936, huh? Okay.
Yeah, because you know, when people ask you that question, and like, you know, if you had a time machine and you could go back and meet somebody, you know, who would it be? You know, like oh, I'd choose, you know, Abraham Lincoln or the founding fathers, Jesus. Like, no, like if I could go back in time and meet just one person, it'd be Harry J. Anslinger, and I'd his ass with a hemp, so that way he at least had a reason, you know.
The Reefer Madness was kind of a strike against the stuff that was coming out of the Cotton Club and Callaway type stuff. Like,
yeah, man, it's all those jazz singers with those left-handed cigarettes.
It was it was a means to stifle that type of influence. But yeah, it didn't work.
No, I remember because as a young camel, I got in trouble with the law because drugs are bad. Okay, and I had to.
Naughty.
Well, how many eagle balls are you, sir? There you go.
But yeah, I had to go. I had to attend an outpatient rehab for as part of the conditions of my court agreement, which was hilarious because you know you have all these people who are sentenced to go to this thing. They got to show up twice a week for 2 hours at a time and talk about why drugs are bad, and then they go home and they're expected not to do drugs.
Well,
a bunch of addicts who've got to sit around listening to other people's depressing ass stories.
Well, all day they're sitting there just hearing all of these anecdotes about getting high.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then go back to your residence and just sit and wait till your next meeting. That's
it was hilarious too because like
of these people.
They would ask me, to tell a story about, my drug use. I was like, so I'm sitting there telling them what I did like the night before. Like it was further in the past. But no, the best part was like we had our counselor who, this woman had never done drugs in her life, right? She tried to empathize. Like we had a guy who had more DUIs than he had fingers. We had a girl who was on black tar heroin in this group, right? It's Oklahoma, so there's a bunch of meth heads, and there's me and a couple other potheads. They're there because they got busted selling weed, not even smoking weed. And this one's trying to empathize with these people who are dealing with addiction by talking about how she's cutting out her afternoon coffee, and she's getting caffeine headaches. I couldn't help but just laugh in her face.
While the one woman over there is coming down off of a fucking heroin over, yeah.
Dude,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
the heroin shakes.
She's not drinking. She's not drinking coffee after 4 p.m. So that way, she's getting caffeine headaches, and she's trying to get better sleep. It's like, bitch, this woman is on heroin.
It just reminds me of the the scene from Half Baked.
No, I used that. I actually
marijuana.
used that. I looked at her. I was like, she's on heroin. He's a drunk that could probably float a fucking battleship. You know, these three are definitely on meth. There's no question about it. And you're talking about coffee? When's the last time you sucked a dick for Folgers?
Huh?
Boo this man!
But see, that's the problem, and it's not so much the individual. I mean, it is the individual's problem for sure, but the fact that the outside populace would much rather alleviate the situation by clumping them together and just you sort it out. They're not the same thing. You're not going to be able to help them if you just sit there and be like, well, okay, you have this issue. This guy has this other issue. Why don't you both tie your shoes and go ahead and do it? It's not going to work. And that's, honestly, we should take a lot of money out of the public sector for teachers unions and schooling and put it into mental health for the people.
Make asylums great again.
Yeah.
I would only say because it's quite obvious that the teachers are failing horribly, and these people are fucking sick in the head, and we need to actually fund the people who are sick in the head.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it brings me back to another story, like when I was in college, because my college time, the trouble with the law because drugs are bad. Okay, that happened during my I guess my gap year. I didn't plan on taking a gap year. I just didn't plan on going to college. And then I got in trouble. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of town. I'll apply to college.
Man, the drugs were so bad in K that you had to leave town?
Well, it was when I figured if I just stuck around, I would get into more trouble. It was change of scenery, change of the people around me.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. And it was just like probably time I go find something else to do somewhere else for a while. And I remember taking a sociology class. It was Social Problems was the name of the class. It was worth 3 credit hours. And there was no assigned reading. There was no book that you had to buy, like the school library or online or anything like that.
I love those classes.
It was all online research.
Oh.
And yeah. Which means you just find whatever fucking source you want and just run with it.
I still love the fact that when we had to do our drug, because we had a health class in high school, we had our drug section of health class, and we had to split off into groups, and groups would get a drug and have to give a presentation in class. My friends and I found one of the most out-of-touch books ever on the subject of cocaine, and had to quote the book. Like, we went out of our way to make sure that we quoted this book, because this book, it was published, it had to have been in like the 50s or 60s.
Oh, please tell me they called cocaine like Colombian booger sugar or Peruvian marching powder, something ridiculous.
No, it was even better. You're
the devil's dandruff?
You're gonna love this. No, in one of the chapters, it said, and I quote, I still remember the quote to this day, cocaine gives black people superhuman strength.
Doesn't every drug supposedly give black people like superhuman strength? I mean, like, wasn't like PCP didn't like some rapper like eat somebody's face off or?
Well,
it seems like every drug that comes out.
There was a Florida man who actually took a piece of broken glass and carved his own face off and ate it because he was.
Oh, he went like full Hannibal, huh?
Oh yeah, I have the pictures of his fleshless face.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We don't.
What was that character's name? Mason? What was the last name? Shit.
Talking about cutting lines, I will say, holy shit.
Hoover and Schneef?
Well, no, not gonna lie, AOC's dress for her Tax the Rich dress, man, it looks like she has a nice ass, so at least give her that. I'm just, I'm just going through the.
I've never thought she was an ugly woman.
No.
She's alright. I liked her dance.
Perfectly fuckable, but
Again, she lost me when she started talking. I've said probably since my freshman year of high school that, probably freshman, sophomore year, I said eventually somebody my age is going to end up in Congress and we're all going to be fucked then. And guess what? She's my age.
Oh, she's younger than me? No!
Yeah, I think she's a few months younger than me.
Oh.
She's I don't remember when her birthday is exactly, but yeah, she's 89 or 89 or 90. I can't remember.
What's that thing or the term?
Now.
I can fix her.
No.
I'll fuck the commie right out of her.
Yeah, not even gonna attempt that.
First
of all, no. I mean, you have to listen to her talk to try and retrain her, and I'm not putting up with that, man.
Bro, I'm even at the point where, like, there's people at my work who have a slight accent that's disparaging for me. And it's, there's not enough time in this world. You got to find yourself somebody's worth it. Alright, and honestly, I got my mind set on a certain redhead. I know it's folly, but
if I listen to AOC talk long enough, enough to drop like start dropping like the accent, like with the Spanish or whatnot. It's like, bitch, you grew up in Westchester. Shut up.
Oh shit, dude, accent. No, it's not even Spanish. This is like fucking like super ghetto accent. Like it's a guy. What do you gotta?
Well, I mean, see,
hold on. Think like Valley Girl accent. That's not a race accent. It's a Valley Girl accent. So this other accent that I'm talking about, yeah, it's not a race thing. It's just. But why do you speak like? Why is this like so weird? Where did you get this, and why do you continue it? It's odd. It's fucking odd.
Well, that's another thing. She's a politician too, so like her accent changes based on who she's talking to. Like, have you seen her talk to like black people?
Oh yeah.
No.
What does she carry hot sauce in her pocket?
No, but she was talking. There was one deal where she was like she was doing a panel or whatever with like Ta-Nehisi Coates, and like she started talking black. It's like, bitch, you grew up in Westchester. Why are you talking like that?
It could be like Biden, where he goes somewhere and he's like, you know what? I used to be a coal miner.
Well,
and he
if you
goes
don't
to the
vote
next
for
place
him,
and
then you ain't black.
Oh yeah.
I voted Kanye, so I mean, I actually voted for a black guy.
You voted Yeezy?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I figured, I kind of assumed that Trump was going to win. So I figured, I didn't vote for him in 2016. I didn't plan on voting for him in 2020. And I was like, if I'm going to have to vote for if I'm going to vote for somebody, and it's more likely going to be a, celebrity with some kind of mental disorder in the White House, more than likely, I want to vote for the one that's going to like remix Hail to the Chief with a fat beat, That was my whole rationale for voting in 2020.
All I gotta say is, do you think that he would have put "Hail to the Chief" to "Niggas in Paris" and call it "Niggas in the White House"?
Why not, dude? I would have been there for it.
Yeah, I think I've been okay with that.
Yeah.
How crazy would that be?
Well, then also another thing, like you get President Yeezy, Obama becomes the first half-white president. They stopped calling him the first black president. Come on, you know it's true.
Yeah, because Yeezy would be the first fully vice president.
You know, like 2 presidents from Chicago within like 8 years. Yeah, why not? What could go wrong?
We don't want any Chicagoan politicians, not anymore, man.
I think Chicago politicians and Texas politicians should be like barred from being president.
Well, I was gonna say, I would say Kanye has a longer stance record with Chicago than Obama, but you know that's.
I just love how Obama, they changed his background, like they changed the emphasis on his background depending on what the story is. You know,
who knows where
they push about him being, you know, from Hawaii when it suits him. They push about him being a Chicago politician when it suits him.
Oh yeah, it changes.
Hey now.
But
hey, I voted for him twice and I was let the fuck down. So fuck that guy.
I mean, he was the first Democrat I voted for, and he was the last Democrat I voted for. So he got me.
And honestly, I think that's where I find it funny when a lot of these people, like I was watching Gothic's live stream. I don't know who she had on as her guest. But they were speaking about all the shit that's going on, and I'm just sitting here thinking, yo, I was seeing this like 2 years into Obama's administration, you know?
Like what kind of stuff?
The fact that he kept bombing and droning the Middle East.
Oh, like his actual, like...
Yeah.
The difference between what he said he was going to do versus what he actually did.
Yeah, we were like, okay, we're gonna vote for you for hope and change, and he kind of just kept it going. And I think, for me personally, that's when I was like, all right, you know, this is not what they're doing.
The best description of President Obama I've ever heard came from a debate coach on Twitter, talking about how their students, whenever they referenced Obama, they called him President Droney McPeace Prize. I thought that was hilarious.
You just gotta pause your sentences.
Droning weddings and all that.
Take way too long to make a point.
The one that really turned me around on that was what was that kid's name? Was it Abdul? No, was that Abdul? The Al-Zakari kid.
Okay.
The American 16-year-old American kid who his father was not Al-Zakari, Anwar al-Awlaki, his son.
Yep.
You know, and you know that dude was, you know, he was a terrorist facilitator, what have you. Okay, I accept that, but he was also an American citizen who was not tried at all, not even in absentia, and they drone struck him. And then they killed his kid like a month or two later, who was 16, who they had no evidence that he had any terrorist connection. He was just looking for his dad, according to everything I've seen.
And it seems we have a repeat of that with the recent drone strike, where it was supposed.
Oh, the aid worker in Kabul. Yeah, you know, I haven't heard anything about ISIS-K since they blew that dude up. Like, they stopped talking about ISIS-K real fucking fast. You know,
speaks a lot, but that's what I mean. Like, the idea that it's if I could go into my spaceship and just observe peacefully the actions of the human race, I'd be happy to just sit there and be like, see, yeah, now they're getting it. But it's troubling because I'm unfortunately stuck here still. So I'm watching this, and like I said, I was watching Gothic talk about this, and they're sitting there like, oh my god, how is this happening? And it's like, yeah, you're coming to terms with the reality that's going on. Again, I've said it before, we are in a time of revelations, whether you like it or not. You're coming to an understanding of the reality of life. And not pleasant, but it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, shit. I, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know where we go. I'm lost. To be honest, I'm lost too. I don't know where we go from here, but all I can say is
I can tell you where we're gonna go from here. We're gonna close the zoo down because it's after
There it
8
is.
o'clock. So everyone, hope you had a good time watching paint dry. I'm gonna be still doing some more airbrushing after here. So thank you all for coming out. Be sure to check out tomorrow where Skep Talk is the host. And yeah, that's it for now. The zoo's closed. Take care, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.